Hey guys, welcome back. So those that are new, feel free to subscribe. The class logo watermark is on the bottom left hand corner. Those that want to know when I'm bringing out new content every month, follow me at Twitter at brycon_raw. I follow back, as well as Instagram at brycon_raw. Stay tuned. Cheers. Alright guys, so basically what we've been talking about has been the sexual magnetism, and now what we're going to do is create some tips that you can use to basically find your sexual energy. Now, finding sexual energy is really difficult because what most oftentimes happens is that we'll feel these emotions and we don't want the other person to know. Now, what I want you to do is express this. I want you to ride the wave until you can't do it anymore. Now, this is basically getting out of our comfort zone. So, of course, this will be basically flirting and communicating how we want our sexual energy to go about. So this is how we talk, we move, and we touch, as well as how we look. Now, for any situation, of course, there are some considerations that you want to have. Of course, you don't want to go all out at work or in a context where it would be inappropriate to be very, very sexual. But what we're doing is creating the energy and the magnetism that's behind it. So what I want you to do is basically adopt the sexual affirmations that we will be saying to ourselves every single day. So of course, like I said before, within the magnetism tips, we will basically be looking in the mirror. So I want you to tell yourself that you love yourself, that you love me, that I love you, that you feel attracted to me, that you are attracted to me. Now, what we're doing is just reaffirming ourselves that we are very attractive. And of course, again, this sounds very narcissistic, but what we're doing is creating the ability to have that emanation and projection of energy. So anytime that someone looks at us, I want you to think that they are attracted to you, because at the core essence of anything, we are man and woman, and we are never complete, whether it's energy, whether it's human beings, whether it's a spiritual essence. We are never complete without the other person. So in the basic level, we need each other. Now, of course, like I was stating before, we have different understandings of what is attractive. So of course we have, power status, we have wealth and good looks. Now, if you're good looking, of course, this would be a lot more easier for you because essentially you are born with a lot of sexual energy and sexual essence, as well as magnetism. Those individuals are really good with the opposite sex, and there's no denying it. But of course, everybody has the ability to practice this and control how much sexual energy they're going to have. So of course, being more free about touching other individuals shows interest, shows sexual energy, because as we feel something, we want to know that our hands are going to be an extension of our emotions. So as you've seen me talk, I usually have hand gestures. So just like you would with your sexual energy and sexual magnetism, you would do the same thing. People are fascinated. Now, the best way that someone has said, creates a good speaker is how they speak with their hands. Now, I want you to be as comfortable within your personal space as possible. The more that you affect your atmosphere, the more energy you're putting out there. That means that the more sexual energy you're putting out there. Of course, the eye contact. As we said before, the eyes are the most mobile organs that we have. So it shows intent. Now, of course, the mindset that we're going to have is going to show with our eyes. So if you feel aroused, your eyes are going to show arousal. They're going to dilate the pupils and they're going to say, I am attracted to you, just like the other person would be if they were attracted to you. Now, what I want you to do is understand that anytime that you're fighting against these urges, it's going to show, and the person is not going to know what to do, and they feel as if basically you're lying to them and you can't be trusted. So this goes for both men and women. Next, what we're doing is the emotions. So you let that arousal go. Sometimes what happens is that you feel so aroused that you can't contain yourself and you try to repress it. Now, of course, according to the context that I mentioned before, that is all right. But if you have the ability to actually push it forward, freely do, and go about that in the most appropriate manner, because obviously if you're in public, that will have some repercussions. Now, what we're trying to do is just express ourselves. This sexual energy is just something that we need within our lives, because anytime that we can't communicate what we're trying to say, anytime that a woman is trying to talk to a very attractive man, she might stutter or she might not know what to say, and it will come off maybe as dismissive, and the other person might find that as a miscommunication. Or the opposite, when a man is actually talking to an attractive woman, he stutters or doesn't know what to say, and she'll misinterpret that as well. So what we're trying to do is be able to communicate with the opposite sex or the partner that you're trying to attract. So what we're trying to see is how we can influence that atmosphere that we're going about on our daily lives. Alright guys, so hopefully that gave you a really good idea, and of course a nice picture so you can have that visualization as we're creating the magnetism, because the more vivid, the more powerful our magnetism is going to be, and then we just discharge it. Alright guys, so I'm out and about, what I just talked about. Peace.